We are live. What's going on, my peoples? What's going on, my peoples? It is game day. It feels good. It feels good. We got James Bradbury with another one of his children and Deandre Hopkins. Justin, what's going on, man?
I was trying to put my tongue in between like where the picture ended and where the camera was. Big day. Oh, what a big day, Bobby Skinner. It was like 10 o'clock last night. I was very tired. Very tired, by the way. But it was 10 o'clock and I was like getting like anxious. I was like, oh, I got to go to bed. I got to go to bed because I needed today to come. I needed tomorrow to come today sooner. I needed it to come. Today's a big day. First place New York Football Giants against Arizona Cardinals. I am pretty sad, though. 60 degrees in New Jersey. And
I like that. I like that's the way football's supposed to be played. Good weather.
But it's the way that regular season ticket holders, they deserve good weather in December. And we're not there for it. And little sad, but big day. Big day.
Not gonna rain, I'm pretty sure. I think it's just gonna be like a really nice day, right?
No, that's why I'm sad, because it's just gonna be flat out beautiful. We can't go when we cannot go.
Before we start going to the questions, the big topic, Darnay Holmes out. Darnay Holmes is out. Now, we talked about McKinney probably not going to play. With Holmes out, Duggan has hinted at it, which means it's probably going to happen. I think we're going to see Xavier McKinney as slot corner, which is, you did a video on it after the draft. Like, dude, this guy can play slot corner.
Yeah.
He did it up against Justin Jefferson at LSU at times. So that is going to be, I can't wait to see him. We always like to see the new toys. I cannot wait to see Xavier McKinney. Like, if he can play slot corner and do it well in his first real NFL action besides being a spy, that's like, oh my gosh, this guy really is as versatile as they say.
I think they're going to alternate Logan Ryan and Xavier McKinney, because what you saw McKinney kind of do, I don't know how often he would be playing press or, close to the line of scrimmage. And I feel like safeties do this anyway, where they could be 5-10 yards off the line of scrimmage and playing over the slot wide receiver or the slot receiver for that play. So McKinney was able to do that at Alabama. And Darnay Holmes and the Giants defense just overall, they haven't been playing man coverage a ton. A lot of stuff has been zone. There was actually something that ESPN with their data and advanced analytics stuff and their next gen stuff, they put out something that Patrick Graham has actually played man coverage one of the least rates of the NFL, like the least amount in the NFL this year. So I believe him. I believe in Patrick Graham. I believe McKinney can do it. But also, I've learned to expect the unexpected with Patrick Graham, because we're expecting McKinney to just step in. Okay, Holmes is out. McKinney's going to step in. Ryan's going to step in. I'm learning to expect the unexpected. I don't know where guys are going to line up and how they're going to line up.
Yeah. Somebody asked, let me put it up. Basically, who would McKinney be covering? So Andy Isabella is out, which is kind of surprising. I guess that means Larry Fitzgerald's kind of like a full go. Maybe he was over-exaggerating with the whole 9 pounds thing.
And he has been the slot corner this year, right? Because Christian Kirk is an outside guy. Deandre Hopkins is an outside guy
for some time now. It's Hopkins, Kirk, and then Larry in the slot.
Yeah, which I'm not scared. Not scared of that at all.
No, I'm not scared of that bum, Larry Fitzgerald.
Wow.
Paul Nona says, "Let's rip Kyler's arm out of its socket and establish the identity of QBs."
Paul, how you doing, Paul? It's nice to hear from you.
Listen, I'm not rooting for that, but I wouldn't cry if it happened.
No.
Joseph Moyle has actually a good point. He said, "Why the hell is Jordan Ronald saying Jones and Colt will split?" That would blow me away. Like, that wouldn't make any sense. I understand it's, we're in a kind of like a trust Joe Judge and rotating offensive linemen. If they rotate QBs, I will not do the trust the coaches on that. That doesn't make any sense.
What if the Giants are up 14 in the third quarter?
No.
And they just want to have a drive where they want to run the ball, and then if they have to throw the ball on third down, that's where Colt McCoy comes in.
Why can't Daniel Jones do that?
I don't know. That's a great question. I did not see Jordan Raanan say that. When did he? He probably said it yesterday. I was
this morning.
Oh, this morning. Yeah, I've been off the grid kind of kind of today. I've been doing my own thing. So I don't know about that.
I have a question for you before we get into some more of the chat questions.
Okay.
Now, you've been talking about the tight ends, the 3 tight end sets, 13 personnel, 12 personnel. We ran it probably higher than anybody's ran it in the entire NFL the last 5 years last week. Part of that, I do think, was because of an undisciplined Seahawks defense not playing gap responsibility, which means more gaps to cover, which means, more chances for some big runs, which we saw. A lot of times, besides the Gallman 60-yard run, all those other chunk runs were them being bad at gap responsibility.
Right.
Do you think we're going to do that a lot again this week? Like we did like 60% of the time last week. Do you think we'd do that anywhere near as much this week?
I hope that the Giants would play a little bit more of a numbers game this week. And here, I will actually just tell you flat out in week 13, the percentage of plays that the Giants ran out of 13 personnel. This is passing and running. NYG, 30% of our plays. 30% of the total plays. So 16 plays, 3 passes, 13 runs. So it's a good amount. But I would hope the Giants play a little bit more of a numbers game, because it's like, oh, there's 6 guys in the box, there's 7 guys in the box. Let's run the ball maybe out of 11 personnel out of the shotgun. With Gallman or even Alfred Morris. Running Alfred Morris out of the shotgun has actually worked this year. And I have the theory that Alfred Morris is so slow that he actually allows running plays to develop. So that's how it's actually worked. I don't know how sustainable it is to have mano-a-mano, just your guy's going to beat his guy and you're just going to run the ball at will. If you can do it, great. But relying on that, I think, is a little foolish week in and week out, unless you're the Titans, unless you're the 49ers. And if we're turning into that, great. But at least in the early part of the game, Bobby, let's throw the ball effectively. Let's spread it out with Jones. Let's prioritize getting explosive plays in the pass game, score points early, get a lead, and then you can go 13 personnel and pound the rock and impose your will that way. I'm fine with that approach, as long as you get that lead and you prioritize the passing game early on.
Odyssey Sports, thank you for the donation. Who should we fear more, Murray, Edmonds, or Drake? For me, I know he's banged up and he hasn't been great. Murray.
Yeah.
Murray's the one. He's the quarterback who's been pretty electric this year when he's on. When he's on, he's averaging 80 rushing yards per game. Edmonds, they don't play. Edmonds only gets a few reps a game. And then Drake, I just don't fear him with our defensive line and linebackers. So, it's easily a Kyler.
Yeah, I agree. It's also because of I'm still fearful of how he can run the ball. I know he's only averaged 20 yards the last 3 games, and especially since he had that shoulder injury, but I'm still very fearful of, his ability to run. I'm fearful that, the Giants defense may take a break. Oh, Kyler Murray hasn't been running the ball, maybe because his shoulder's hurt. They get a little lackadaisical, and then this is the breakout game again. I'm a little fearful of that.
Yep. Talking Jake, this baseball dummy. I hate baseball so much. Do you guys want more or less Dion Lewis? Less. We got Gallmanite Nation, Alfredite Nation. Dion Lewis, what use is Dion Lewis at this point,
I would like, in all actuality, if we are going to use, and if Jason Garrett is going to use the intermediate passing game and just run these stupid stick and curl routes over the middle of the field, why not run those short intermediate passing plays with Dion Lewis and get him going out in space? Because he's a good route runner. Alfred Morris did have a receiving touchdown last week, Bobby. So
he did, first of his career.
But why not use Dion Lewis to his strengths instead of running him third and short?
No, we need to. This is going to get really nerdy, but if anybody's watched all 22 streams, there's times where we're sliding or protect our offensive lineman one way, and we're sending the run back the same way, which just makes no sense. You slide one way, send the running back the other way, so that if they're blitzing off that side, they have a distance. Anyways,
clear check down.
Yeah. So anyways, less Dion Lewis, but here and there. By the way, when people talk about Jones being hesitant in that quick game, I have a play from last week that is exactly why he should be hesitant. There was a play where, remember the play where, Colt McCoy throws it to Shepard in the middle?
Yeah.
That should have been a pick six. If he trusted what the offense was saying to do is reading this linebacker, it would have been a pick six.
Yeah.
So that's why people were like, oh, he's hesitant now with that. It's like, I don't blame him for being hesitant with that, because him not being hesitant in the beginning of the year turned into interceptions. Then people going like, he stares down, hit his receiver every time. It's like, yeah, it's a pre-snap offense. Let's see. Okay, we got a lot of Jordan Ron on.
Hair looks great today, I will say.
I've got the sunglasses in it.
Yeah, I think that's a great look for you.
Yeah, I mean, it's usually what I do outside.
Are you an Oakley's guy?
No, I'm a Dollar General $10 pair of sunglasses guy because I lose my sunglasses and break them all the time.
Okay, that's fair.
I've lost like 20 pairs of sunglasses in the ocean this past year.
That's fair.
Let's see.
We got a good question about Bradbury. Oh, go ahead.
Mark my words. Tay Crowder has a big game. Zach Martinez, we are marking your words right now. Marking.
Writing it down. You got a nice little highlighter. Don't imagine you just write on your camera.
I just got a new pack of highlighters, but I doubt I'll ever use them. I've never been a highlight guy.
You're not a highlighter guy. I was about to say you're just a pad. You're just a pad and pen guy.
Yeah, but I thought I could highlight some stuff on there. But it's like, you know what? Everything I put on there, I use as information anyway. So what do I need to highlight?
You don't need to prioritize anything.
Exactly.
We had a good question about Deandre Hopkins. We haven't talked about him yet.
Where is it?
We just got it.
I don't see it.
We got a good. It was from V Ducha.
Oh, what are the chances Bradbury shuts down Hopkins? Justin, I'll let you take it. I'll let you take that one away.
DeAndre Hopkins has only caught footballs on like the left side of the football field the last 3 weeks, which is crazy. And I love how you asked. We had somebody from the Believe in Cardinals. What was his name again, Bobby?
Smith, former NFL tight end.
Ed Smith. So we had a former Believe. He does Believe in Cardinals for the Believe Podcast Network, and I wanted to make sure that Bobby asked him, do we know why DeAndre Hopkins only catches out routes to the left part of the field? And he's like, no, we don't know. And that's actually something. It's something that we're dying to kind of find out. So are they going to use DeAndre Hopkins creatively today? Or are they going to continue to just have him catch out routes? Which, Bobby, if it were up to me, if DeAndre Hopkins, if the worst that he's doing is catching 10-yard, 15-yard out routes to the sideline or comeback routes like DK Metcalf was doing last week, if that's the worst he's doing, that is 100% a win. I don't care if he has 6 catches for 80 yards. If he doesn't get anything over 20 yards on a single play, I consider that a huge win. You're muted.
McKinney playing some nickel and Logan Ryan playing some nickel. I feel like we should be trying to jump some of those, you know? Like last week we played some prevent stuff. We should be trying to jump some of that. Whereas whether putting, the safety over the top or the safety underneath, we have to try and jump some of those because they're going to want to go to him. We kind of know what we got with Kirk and basically just like, a deep sideline threat.
Yeah.
And then Larry, he's down 9 pounds, even though I think he's lying about that and he's just playing it up a little bit for some media attention. It is what it is.
You love the whole Larry Fitzgerald plays things up for media headlines thing.
He does. Huh? He does. He likes to make things like he's the look at me, I'm so humble guy. Look how humble I am.
You don't like those people.
He's not actually like that. I just picked like the nicest guys to like not like because it's fun.
But I think you're convincing me though.
Oh no! The more and more I've done it, I'm like he's actually not that great of a guy.
Because you point this out, you point that out, like the whole
shows you can do that to anybody. You can do that. That's basically the point of that. It's like if you look for enough bad things in somebody, you'll find a reason to not like somebody.
I mean, you just don't like Larry Fitzgerald. I'm just I used to like him. Now I'm like neutral. I'm like I could do without him. He should just retire. Go make University of Phoenix commercials.
Nico Lelos was practicing long snaps, guy's an animal. Guess who broke that news, by the way?
We did.
We broke that news.
We did.
I'm working on breaking some new news within the next couple of weeks, by the way.
Oh, working on it.
Working on it. It's going to be some big news.
All right, we'll talk.
It's going to be a big scoop.
Big story.
Look at all these motorcycle douches driving by.
Very on brand. If we do get the news and if we do get the scoop, it will be very on brand for what we do.
Yes. That'll be the first time I've ever broken news.
It's funny.
Is the fact that we almost broke the news that Nico Leos was going to be cut from the 53-man roster on Sunday. Well, these motorcycle dicks, shut up.
I actually, you know what's funny? There's actually a motorcycle like parade happening today close to where I am. Might have already happened. My friend the Noodles, it's not his real name, it's a nickname. My friend Noodles, he was going to get his bike out and he was going to go for a drive because there's a parade. Beautiful day to do it. 60 degrees.
Joseph Moore says, if our D plays like it has and Jones throws for 300 plus, multiple touchdowns and no turnovers, we are going to be so oh my gosh.
I think I may die. I think I may decease from this earth if Daniel Jones throws for 300 yards and multiple touchdowns. It also means that we're probably coming from behind in a game.
True. Well, no, maybe this whole offense changes this week. Maybe we've been setting it up for this week.
This Rodrigo.
Is Renato. Renato says, any hints on the news? It has to do with the offensive line. We may not get it. You know, I actually like went at it and we don't know yet kind of thing.
Oh, come on.
So I kind of asked a little too early. We'll see.
Stereotypical men waiting for the last minute to. Oh, I would just reveal it if I finish that sentence.
Yeah. Basically did, but it's okay.
It's okay. No, I did not reveal it.
It doesn't matter till it happens.
Doesn't matter till it happens. Martinez on a pitch count today. We just got that.
Martinez is on a pitch count?
Somebody asked the question. I say no.
Do you think McKinney will see some time linebacker on third downs with
that's a good
Martinez
question.
Being out? I think they're going to try and play Martinez as much as possible.
Well, yes. So that answers Solly's question. Solly asks, is Martinez going to be on a pitch count? I agree.
Well, let's say if he does go down, how do you see things lining up after that?
I unfortunately think, and this is the whole thing of, I got a lot of criticism this week. Oh, but Justin, next man up, when talking about how important Martinez is. Well, Bobby, next man up kind of gets old when Devontae Downs is on the football field, right? Yep. Because I understand, but you have Tay Crowder. But knowing the Giants and knowing what they've done, even when Tay Crowder and Blake Martinez have both been healthy, Devontae Downs and David Mayo, I don't mind David Mayo so much, but Devontae Downs has been on the football field even with those two healthy. So just because Blake Martinez goes down, that doesn't mean Tay Crowder is going to get all of the snaps. Bad football players are going to be on the football field when good football players leave. So that's why, like, the whole next man up thing, I understand, believe in Joe Judge, blah, 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 blah. But it hurts when you have good football players who are hurt, who are not on the field.
And I don't know how Tay Crowder fits into that strong side linebacker role. You know, like, I think Tay Crowder is perfect as a weak side backer next to Blake Martinez, you know, like the number 2 guy. Not to say like Crowder has the ability to do it, but playing that role is very important. There's a lot more to it than just making tackle. Like there's a lot that goes into it, you know. And if Tay Crowder hasn't been practicing at it, you know, they could really take advantage of us in the run game.
Yeah. That is the worry today, because even without Kyler Murray, Arizona they do have a pretty good rushing offense, and they have produced a good amount. So even though they're not the outside zone scheme that they were, which that's where I feel most confident, by the way. If you're running in between the tackles against the Giants, that's where I feel most confident. But where I get a little nervous is if you want to stretch the field, because the Giants don't have, outside of really their safeties. And if you think about the edge rushers that we don't really have like those great athletes that can go sideline to sideline.
Devontae Downs is the worst athlete ever. Every time they get to the sideline, he ends up not making the tackle.
Yeah, he just can't get. He doesn't have the speed to get there. So
somebody tweeted at me about Ryan Connolly this week.
Yeah,
and I know this is bringing up an old subject, but I was like, you never listened to me if you heard about the Ryan, because Ryan Connolly not playing Tay Crowder. It's like, oh, you're just being an asshole because you never actually listened to what we were actually saying.
What they were tweeting at you you
got so mad about Connolly. He's not playing in Minnesota. I didn't want to, because I'm done with that topic. Even though I'm talking about it right now, I want to be like, how many reps has TJ Brunson played? How have you ever been happy that Devontae Downs is on the field?
Yeah, that's.
Anyways,
people are jerks.
What are the chances Big Dex gets his hands on Murray? That is one thing I will think happens today. I know everyone's been talking about Leonard Williams getting to the quarterback. I think Dexter Lawrence is going to get there today, and I think he's just going to pull him down like a grown man, a child, just rip him down to the ground with one arm.
I would like to see a Dexter Lawrence coming out party, because he's had a really good season. He's making impacts, and he's making impact, and he's doing things that don't show up on the box score. in the stat sheet, but I would love to see a breakout Dexter Lawrence day where he just gets home and he's getting back there. He's getting his hands on the quarterback. That would be pretty cool, though, to see Dexter Lawrence get that little slimy hamster down on the ground a couple times today where he's not going to break containment and do some fun things. That'd be kind of fun to see. Like just a humongous man get down such a tiny man on the ground.
I think we got a Cardinals fan in here. Keep bird game out your mouth, playboy.
Lovely.
I will kill a Cardinal right now. If
Whoa. Whoa.
Crowder grading the downs. You think? What happened to TJ Brownson? He sucks and he's inactive every single week. He played like 1 rep, I think.
He's just not good.
Yeah.
Not good. He's the resident inactive guy that the Giants have this
Do
year.
you guys think Parrott will get significant reps today? He hurt his ankle. So it's like every time there's like, maybe this is the week Parrott starts, there's something that comes up, whether it's corona, an ankle injury. So I think he'll be I think he'll get similar snap. Like I think he'll get 2 series probably.
Ruben left a nice comment on my 5 keys video. So thank you, Ruben. I appreciate you. At least I think you did.
Who has the best matchup for our wide receivers? So Peterson versus Slayton's tough. What's number 33's name? Buntling, I think.
Shepard has the best matchup every week because he's just the best receiver that we have.
Yeah, Shep. Another Dave Gettleman failure. I feel like that's being sarcastic about TJ Brunson. Or maybe he's being serious. I don't know. If Downs can play inside linebacker, so can Carter Coughlin, and he would be our fastest linebacker. I don't think he's faster than Tate Crowder. I'm just
Carter Coughlin actually was doing some. He's been great in coverage off of the edge rusher. So
Byron Murphy,
Byron Jones. Byron's a fun name.
Go Giants from Norway. Always watch your shows, guys. Keep it up. What's going on? Norway in the house. Norwegian. Another point for the Norway World Cup team for us to represent them. What sucks is the next World Cup's going to be in December.
Really?
Did you know that?
No, I did not.
Because it's going to be in.
I thought it was. Isn't something happening at MetLife?
That might be the 2026 World Cup.
That stinks. Because you have all these beautiful stadiums across the United States of America. All these beautiful stadiums like LA, Atlanta, Dallas, all these beautiful stadiums, and you pick the dullest, colorless, lack of energy stadium just because it's in New York. And I put that in quotes. Well,
it's between Mexico, America, or United States and Canada. The COP candidates are New York, Los Angeles of hosting the final. So between us, LA, and Dallas for hosting the final. It's not good. The final won't be in New York.
I thought it was the final. I thought it was the final game was going to be at MetLife Stadium. That's what I thought.
It's between us or the top. It's between a bunch of cities, but the main candidates are us, Dallas, and Los Angeles. And I would assume it's going to be Los Angeles.
I would
There's
hope
a little
so.
more of a soccer culture in LA, and they have that new stadium. So
I would hope so.
Qatar got a bribe to get it in 2022. Wouldn't surprise me, honestly. FIFA's very dirty.
Dirty.
I was in Miami when Spain won it in 2010. That was kind of a cool moment.
Speaking of dirty money, I ordered Domino's the last 2 days. Should I make it 3?
No. It's game day. All right. What do we got here? We got a lot of people in here. It's good to see.
Yeah. Winning.
Where can I rate and comment on the podcast if I don't have iTunes? Does it still count?
Great question. This is a great question.
You can't, to be honest. You can only really do it on iTunes, which sucks.
Find someone who has an iPhone. That's what kidnap them.
Send them the link and be like, "Can you please leave a rating and review on this?"
Or you don't have to kidnap them. That's a much better idea.
Hold on, I'll put the link in the chat.
Ooh, we can do this. Yeah, we're close to being a number one in the Giants world for.
If we win
podcast
today, we will be number one by Wednesday. I believe it.
Believe it, and it will happen. Michael Strahan. I've been saying that a lot recently.
Good stuff.
Believe it,
You
and
have
it will
been
happen.
saying it a lot. What happened to Austin Mack? I feel like I haven't heard his name in weeks since he had that 50-yard reception. Well, that's because that 50-yard reception was basically was all scheme. It really wasn't Austin Mack doing anything. It was 4 verts. They were running 3 guys deep, and that means 1 guy uncovered. Because Austin Mack was the worst wide receiver of the group, he was the guy that was left uncovered. Which is why I think we should run 4 verts. A lot.
Yes.
5 times a game. 5 times a game. Good.
Austin Mack actually has been a very good blocker. Very good.
When that's your first compliment of a wide receiver, it usually means he's not a good wide receiver.
Well, they also just don't use him as a wide receiver. I wonder
why.
I would like them to use Mack over Tate more.
That's even though you don't like Tate.
Well, correct. But even though Tate the last few weeks that he's been good because he's actually catching the ball over the middle of the field, getting a little separation and helping move the chains kind of like in the early downs and late downs, stuff like that. So I've actually enjoyed watching Tate play recently. But whenever they motion in Austin Mack, like that happens all the time. But when Austin Mack is either one of the 2 wide receivers on the field, or he's the only wide receiver on the field, and then they motion him into the box, it's a running play 100% of the time. Not even 99%.
Michael Smith just gave you guys 5 out of 5. Keep it up. Thank you, Michael. I want to be number 1. We are so close to being number 1.
Oh, this is a flashlight.
Do it again.
Oh.
All right, we're at 26 minutes. Let's go another 5 minutes or so.
I don't know how people.
Anyone ruled out today? Darnay Holmes is ruled out. No Dante Pettis, which is kind of like, it's not like, oh, damn, we're missing Dante Pettis, but it's like, you always want to see the new toy, and it doesn't seem like we're going to.
That's all right.
Hot prediction. Toilolo scores a touchdown. I like that.
Yeah.
That wouldn't be that hot prediction as much as 3 tight end sets as we run.
Yeah.
And what our goal line offense is like. Like, that's actually, I don't think that's even a hot take, Paul Nonis. I hate to take away from your hot take, but I don't think it's that much of a hot take. I actually think it's a very calculated, smart take.
It's a hot take because it hasn't happened yet. But also when you think about it, it's like, okay, the Giants just don't throw the ball when they're inside the 5-yard line. Maybe today is the day to do it. Tony. Thank you, Tony.
Tony. I actually just saw my friend Tony, who replaced me at my old job last night. How about that?
Oh, look at that.
Can I say something that's not football related?
Full circle. What comes around goes around. Do you not like that saying either? What comes around goes around?
No, I actually do like that saying.
Oh, okay. But no karma. No karma. Don't bring up karma.
No. So the Nets are playing today in preseason. So if the Giants win, I can enjoy that. If I don't, I won't be able to tweet about it. It's just the way the things go.
Right.
But they put out their starting lineup last night with Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving in it for the first time.
Oh.
And this is how broken of a Nets fan I am. This is how broken of my Nets fan is. It's the first time ever Kevin Durant was in the starting lineup. And my first thought was, Spencer Dinwiddie starting at the 2? Like, I didn't, and then I was reading the replies to see if anyone else had that thought. And it's like, oh, like Kevin Durant, let's go. I'm like, good Lord, I have a broken Nets brain.
Because how would it go?
Dinwiddie starting at the 2 guard.
How would it go? It typically would go
Kyrie, Spence.
No, I'm gonna get it. Okay. I want to guess. Kyrie, Joe Harris, Durant, power forward, and then the good center is in there too.
DeAndre Jordan or Jared Allen?
Oh, okay. Jared Allen at power forward, DeAndre Jordan at center. That's how I would.
You got a 1990s version of basketball. It's Kyrie at the 1, Spence at the 2, Joe Harris, our 3-point shooter, at 3, Kevin Durant at the 4, and DeAndre Jordan at the 5.
They have Kevin Durant at power forward?
Yeah, he's been playing power forward for a long time now. What? That's the way the new NBA is now.
Oh, I guess you only have 1 big man in the lineup instead of 2.
Yeah, some teams don't even do any big men. Thank you, the day man. I'll be missing the game today as I'm going to a wedding, hoping for a big W. Honestly, man, you should not go to that wedding.
No, you
shouldn't be friends with that type of person who would plan a wedding in a Sunday during the fall.
Never.
If you're not, and if you watch that game on your phone, okay, it is your American right to watch this game on your phone.
Actually, a lot of people, we get the question often of how do I watch the game? How do I watch the game? How do I watch the game? If because I'm not in the area. If you download the Giants app, I think that they have been showing and broadcasting the game on the Giants app. And I'm not sure if that's just a COVID thing, but I get a notification every single week on my phone. Watch the game on the Giants app. So there you go. If you're not in the area and you don't like watching it on your computer, or you don't like streaming it on Reddit or whatever, then watch it on your phone.
Ricky LaFleur, which says basketball trash. Usually I disagree with you, but you have a great name. Do you know who Ricky LaFleur is, Justin?
James LaFleur is was somebody's name on Lost, the TV show Lost. Oh, never mind. Okay.
Ricky LaFleur.
James LaFleur. Anybody watch Lost? Comment.
LeVert would start. Hot dog. See, I don't think LeVert should start. I actually think
I forgot about him.
They should embrace, if they're not going to go get Harden or somebody, embrace having that bench of Spence and LeVert together. I actually want Spence traded though. I would if Spence traded for I don't know, but trade Spence for maybe a better ball distributor at point guard, and maybe like a decent stretch four, or so, see what you can get, and then turn LeVert into like that Manu Ginobili 6-man style.
Isn't that crazy that I think that those three? So who is starting versus DeAndre Jordan or Jared Allen? Who is starting? Which one?
DeAndre Jordan.
So you have Spencer Dinwiddie, Karis LeVert, who is a budding star, and
borderline star.
Jared Allen. Those three guys, they could be starting on most NBA teams. Those three.
Yeah. It would be it's what it was last year. It's a borderline, it's a bottom of the Eastern Conference team, but I get what you're saying. Odyssey Sports, you should do a pod with Tana and Bad Dog again. I've actually never done one with Bad Dog. Tana, we will probably maybe if we make the playoffs, we'll do something. But it's like he's doing his thing, we're doing our own thing. We'll probably do some more collab stuff in the offseason though.
I love making Chris laugh. Like his laugh, and if you can really make him laugh, it honestly is like my favorite thing ever. So that is now my goal. My goal, if I were to ever go on again, is not to like talk relevant Giants football. It's just gonna make him laugh the entire time, which bothers people. People like to hear you be serious all the time. I don't like being serious. We don't like being serious.
Of course. Russell Gasson says James Harden will be going to Brooklyn before the season over with. I kind of agree, but we'll see. Then we got a lot of Lost stuff in here. I've never watched Lost.
Really? Where? Put it in. I haven't.
The Giants app allowing you to watch the game for free is kind of wild. I can't believe the NFL is letting them do that.
They just started doing that this year. I don't know if it's just a Corolla thing or what, but
it might be just for season ticket holders.
Oh. If you're a season ticket holder, it's most likely that you're from the area anyway, so then you can watch it on TV.
Not everybody has cable, though.
I guess that's true. What are some Lost comments? I'm not saying anything. I loved it. That's my favorite TV show ever.
The writers on Lost admitted that they had no idea what they were writing and no plan for the ending, just making it up as they went along.
Now you see, Mr. Spicy Cologne, there's a little thing about that. They wanted to end the show after 4 seasons, but ABC made them. ABC. Oh, Kevin Harvick. We love Kevin.
Don't you dare. I have been a Nets fan through thick and thin. I will never be accused of being a bandwagon.
Let me finish my Lost comment, please. But they ABC forced them to write seasons like 5 and 6, and that's why they didn't know what they were doing, because they legitimately told ABC, "Look, we have nothing," and then that's when they started doing the time travel stuff. So don't blame the writers, blame ABC.
Coney ASAP, back from the future. Tell us what happens in the future, Coney.
Oh, beautiful new profile picture there.
I know.
I'm
Harden
back
to Miami for Hero Olynyk. I mean, I think there's a good chance he ends up with the Sixers because they have a better package than the Nets could do. But Hero Olynyk Iggy, you'd have to be giving up like 6-7 first round picks.
Isn't Olynyk the same guy that?
Olynyk is not good. He doesn't even play. And Iggy is older than dirt.
Didn't he go to Gonzaga?
Yes.
I like Gonzaga. I watch them.
Well, the maiming of mascots on game day prevent TG from going mainstream. I don't know, but I never want to be mainstream. I don't ever want to be lamestream. So
no. So
hopefully that's actually the goal of that. We never will be lamestream media. Oh, Coney, you shut up.
He's from the future, though. He's from the future.
Shut up. He's not from the future. He's wrong all the time. I only play along with that when he says good things. Whenever Tate plays, Slayton disappears. I noticed that last year also.
Andre said,
They both had 2 touchdown games versus the Jets last year.
Dharma Initiative. Andre is correct. Dharma.
Let's see. We got a loss. So now we got a lot of like basketball and
basketball and loss. See, this is what I love. We're just gonna go back and forth between subjects.
We'll go 5 more minutes.
Yeah. Someone just bought a Frank jersey from the Knicks.
Am I the only one that likes our home jersey? Seems like everyone wants us to rebrand. I actually like our away jerseys more than the home jerseys.
I hate the away jerseys. I love the home jerseys.
We've had so many good memories in those away jerseys. Like I think the away jerseys with the red stripes are so much better than the ones we had in the early 2000s.
I'm also biased because I'm a regular season ticket holder for the Giants. So just seeing the blue and being that home blue, I did love it. The blue uniforms look so much better and they look so much cleaner with the white pants. I think it's the gray pants that just throw everybody off. I think Clem had this joke one day where, remember Kevin Booth and how big his ass is, or how big his ass was? I think the gray pants make your ass just look so much bigger than it actually is. And the white pants, like think of Dexter Lawrence, like here, talking Dexter Lawrence's ass. Think of Dexter Lawrence in gray and think of Dexter Lawrence in white. And he looks a lot more thicker in gray than he does in white. So Clem is totally right.
I want the helmet back that says Giants on it. Yeah, I'll get a little worried about that because then our logo really dances on copyright. If that happens.
Thanks. No comment on the appearance of asses, depending on which color.
That's just not my game.
Not your game.
It's just not my game.
It's my game. I'll talk about it.
Trivia: where was Kingsbury before Arizona? This is a trick question. You know what he wants to say. You know what he wants us to say, right?
His profile picture.
He wants us to say Texas Tech. That is wrong. He took the offensive coordinator job at USC and then left after like a month.
Wow.
Good trick question though. I like the trick question. It's like the trick question of like where was Eli Manning drafted to? It's a trick question. Bills or Steelers? I'm going Steelers. Justin went Bills.
Yes, this is true. I did.
Gay.
Just talking asses.
Look at this. That's how I pick my team. Whoever looks better in the pants. Ha ha ha. Very good. I like your comment, Crusty Smiths.
That may or may not be my mother.
I know.
Imagine just a random stranger had a profile picture of me and my sister.
I mean, well, let's be real. There is some people with some random profile pictures with your picture.
That is true. I do have burner accounts that I do not control.
Parody accounts. Burner accounts would be like your account. Parody accounts.
Parody accounts.
Slayton is not a number 1 receiver, but would be an awesome number 2. Yes, we both agree.
Don't worry about it. That's such a great name.
We won 2 Super Bowls in the away jersey. Tell him, man. Talk to him about it, Andy.
Yeah, talk to me, please. Talking.
Okay, here's actually a good question. We can end on this. From both teams, who do you think will be the most influential player in the game today?
Should we say someone different than our Giant Factor? Yes.
That's not what a Giant Factor is.
Daniel Jones, but that's too simple. It's the quarterback is the most influential player
Kyler,
in every game.
If we were talking QBs, it would be Kyler. It's like what type of Kyler shows up today? I think it's got to be James Bradbury.
Yeah.
James Bradbury and DeAndre Hopkins. If you're picking somebody from each team.
It also kind of does depend on. It really does depend on how much Blake Martinez plays because the Cardinals are a good running team, and if Blake Martinez can be there to make plays in the running game, today is a day where I would want Blake Martinez to have 12 tackles, and I'm usually not a guy that cares about tackles, but today I do, because that means Blake Martinez is doing his job, and he's been kind of left on an island this year as the only linebacker on the field, but that's because the interior defensive line does such a good job plugging up the holes up the middle. So Blake Martinez, but also McKinney, Logan Ryan, whoever's playing that slot corner safety spot. There you go. So that's my cop out. I gave you 3 players.
I like it. Let's check Dan Duggan's feed, see if we got any new news before we go.
Dan Duggan.
Giants starting base and defensive warmups. Carter call. Shane Lemieux will be starting with the offensive line again.
Oh, that's important.
Nico Lalos is practicing long. Oh, he's actually practicing long snaps today. Clayton Thorson not elevated.
I have the GIF right here. Let me see if I can find it really quick.
I need to start monetizing these streams before we start them. I always forget to do that.
Can you see this? Look, you can kind of see him long snapping.
Yeah, that's Nico Lalos.
Yeah,
we broke that news.
That's the GIF I used. GIF, however you say it.
You know, one of my videos, they tried to say a copyright from Brian Baldinger, which really pissed me off.
What?
Yeah, one of my streams, like this was copyright from Brian Baldinger, and I got really pissed off.
You're just using the old 22.
Yep, they said it was copyright from Brian Baldinger. I challenged it though, and I think it got approved. The challenge was approved.
You won the challenge. You did not lose a timeout.
Seriously, and I didn't use like the legal one that we're supposed to have that we don't have yet. Get on to it, John Boy, Jake, whoever runs that stuff. We need the legal challenge, even though we never really used it. But I was just like, hey, this has nothing to do with Brian Baldinger's breakdown. So, and they agreed. All right, we're ending the damn stream.
Strap.
We appreciate you guys. We will see you. We will see a good amount of you guys after the game, win or loss, regardless. Probably around 7:45. We usually will go live. We'll be doing our post game, our game recap podcast. Patreon.com/TalkingGiants if you want to live stream it. If you join that, like I said, it's $2 a month. You get a free magnet, which is already like that basically pays for your first 2 months if you wanted the magnet, if you want to just buy a magnet. And then you get entered into a raffle twice a month to win a t-shirt. Chip Maloney won one yesterday. Or any piece of merchandise. You can get the Talking Giants cup, the hoodie, the beanies, whatever. And then we do we try and do some extra stuff in there here and there. And if not, the podcast will be out in the morning on Apple. Make sure to leave a 5-star rating and review. You guys did a good job of that. If you're like, hey, where do I subscribe? Right here. Where you see these comments, click on that link. That's where you subscribe. Appreciate you guys. We'll see you after the game. Let's dominate the freaking Cardinals. Kill the Cardinals. Kill them. Die. Let's go, Big Blue.